Hi, Sandy Wyllie. Welcome to my mental health channel, where I wipe away the stigma of mental illness by talking about my own personal struggles, having borderline personality disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety and panic attacks, depression. I talk about narcissism and my narcissistic mother who used to abuse me. I talk about schizophrenia, and I wrote a book about my schizophrenic father. Life with my schizophrenic father, and the link to that book is down below in the description. I talk about my unethical psychologist who sexually exploited me and abused me, and the links to those books are down below in the description. I talk about a plethora of other mental health related topics, but I only come on as a former patient of almost 20 years. I am not a licensed therapist. I do not hold a degree in psychology, so I cannot diagnose you or even give you a professional opinion. And all I ask of you in return, please, is your kindness and respect in the comments. Please be kind to me and show respect to other people who comment. We don't need to agree on everything. Variety is the spice of life, but we do need to always show each other respect and kindness. Now, if you are new to my channel, welcome, welcome. Hit that little box in the lower right-hand corner down there that says subscribe. That way you'll be notified each and every time a new video of mine comes out. Please give it a thumbs up if you like it. Share it with your friends, your family on social media platforms. And please, I encourage you. I want to hear from you. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know your opinions, what you believe. I want to know about your own personal struggles. It really does matter to me, and I will always respond to each and every comment. Now, today's video is the power of not reacting. All right, there's a big difference between reacting and responding. Reacting isn't always a negative thing, right? If you're crossing the street and a car is speeding, coming like 70, 80 miles down an hour, you better get the hell across that street damn fast or you're going to get run over. So you need to have that, reaction time to react, to immediately do something because you're in danger. Or if you see, one time I was walking down in the streets of downtown Boston, and this guy was following me, and I got really scared. I thought the guy was going to try to mug me. I was alone and I was scared and frightened. So what I did is I dashed into one of the stores, and there was a policeman, luckily, right there in the store. A bodyguard, policeman, something like that. And I stood right there, right near that policeman, and whoever was following me, but I had to know to react right away. So reacting isn't always a bad thing. But when we react to someone's comments, that's not always a good thing, because we're triggered, and someone's pushing our buttons, and someone's getting under our skin. That can be something that is a negative thing. That reaction of ours can have a negative impact in our life. Like, we say things we later on regret. We do things we later on regret because someone is triggering us and pushing our buttons. So that's when we need to have control and respond, not react to what someone is saying. And the whole point of me doing this video today is because of the election, all right? Because of our new president. Now, on Facebook and LinkedIn, there's two sides. There's the side that is very happy with the results, and there's the side that's very unhappy with the results. And there's all different groups forming as a result of the election of the new president. And people are reacting all over the place, and they're not responding, and they're saying really cruel and harsh things. And so we get worked up. We get worked up by what people say. We don't feel validated, like people have control over us, that their thoughts and their feelings are somehow, not validating us, or we become reactive because we're making someone else's feelings, we feel responsible for someone else's feelings, which is not the case. And someone else is not responsible for our feelings. So the best analogy I can give of this is my home. My body is my home. In my home, I have a thermostat. And no matter what it is, the temperature outside, it could be like freezing. Like today, it's really cold out there in Boston. It could be like 20 degrees out there, and it could be freezing, below freezing. Or it could be, if you live in a hot place, a hot climate, it could be 110 degrees out there. And, you're dying. You can't even, you can't even walk out of the house without passing out. But inside your home, inside yourself, you can regulate the temperature. Like in my home, my physical home, my temperature is always set to 70 degrees. It could be 20 degrees, minus 20 degrees outside. It could be 100 degrees outside. But my home, where I live, is always 70 degrees. Now that needs to be true of your home, in your internal home, in your core, inside yourself, okay? No matter what it is out there, whatever someone else is set at, right? Whether they're boiling over or frigid freezing, shouldn't impact your internal temperature. So whatever someone else is saying, or whatever their politics are, or whatever their beliefs are, whatever their thoughts or opinions are of you or anything else, it shouldn't change, what's your internal temperature. Just like whatever is outside, the weather outside does not impact my internal temperature in my home, because I always set the thermostat to 70. So it's not going to impact it no matter what it is out there. Now, so it's easy to say, right? It's easy for me to come on and say, well, yeah, but if someone says something that's mean and cruel, how can I not react? Well, you can't, stop yourself from feeling the feeling or getting triggered or having someone push your buttons. But you can step away from that and not do anything, not say anything and not do anything when you're realizing that someone has pushed your buttons. Usually they push your buttons because you have some unresolved issue from your past. It always goes back to your past, some trauma from your past that you have not dealt with. Now, it's not conscious. You're not consciously aware of it at the time. You just feel, that someone has, criticized you or put down your own beliefs, what you believe in, what your values are. They're not validating you. They're not respecting your values and your beliefs. But you can't control what someone else says or does or thinks. You have no control over that, right? Like the outside temperature, whether it's freezing or boiling. You have no control over them. The only thing you can control is yourself. So the best thing to do is step back and realizing, oh boy, I notice I'm really getting upset. I can feel the blood boiling in me. I can feel my neck getting flustered, my face getting flustered, my heart. The first thing I notice, because you get to notice your own bodily reactions, is my heart will start beating, okay, very, very fast when I get upset. When I get angry, someone said something, okay, that really upset me because it goes completely against my values, my beliefs, my morals. I get worked up, or they're hurting someone I love, or that, so I get very, very worked up my heart starts racing. I start sweating. I'll start sweating. I'll notice my armpits are getting soaked. Sweat is running down the back of my neck. I'm hoping no one is noticing this. My heart is racing. So this is all the bodily signs, because mind and body are like this, entwined. And I know that this is happening to me. So I have to step back and not do anything. Just get up and leave. Go for a walk, go outside, get some fresh air, maybe do some meditation, some deep breathing exercises, maybe write in a journal. For me, I'll write a poem about how I feel, because I'm a poet. So that's the first thing you do is, you know, step away from it, step back from that thing. Ask yourself why you're having such a negative reaction from it. Okay. Don't do anything. Don't respond back to the person. Just don't do anything. Stop, drop, and roll. That's what you do in a fire. Okay, so stop, drop what you're doing, and roll with it, baby. Roll out of there. Get away from, all right, if it's the social media, that's easy enough. Step away from it. Shut it down. Put your phone away. Someone has said something that hurt you. Face to face is harder, you know, to do. You can just take a bathroom break. Excuse yourself. I have to use the restroom. Whatever you have to do, but you have to get away just to calm down and to regulate before you do something or say something to escalate it, because you don't want to get engulfed in the flame. You don't want to get engulfed in someone else's drama. That's how, you know, by responding and not reacting. All right. If you react, someone will suck you in their drama, and you don't want to be sucked into someone else's drama. All right. It's like them pulling you out of your nice, safe, 70-degree, comfortable home and bringing you out in the frigid cold or the boiling heat, bringing you out into, you know, temperatures that you can't tolerate. All right. So you don't give someone the permission to do that to you. All right. Because you only have power over your mind. Okay. Your body. You don't have power over outside events. All right. I have no power who is the president. I did my part. I voted. So that was where I had the power. I had the power of voting. I voted. All right. What happened? I have no power about that. I have no power how the election turned out. All I have the power of is how I respond to it. Okay. And how I respond to people who think completely opposite of me. And that's them. And this is me. And I can respond to what they say, but I don't have to react to what they say. I don't have to get myself worked up. I don't have to be sucked up in their drama. And I don't have to like beat myself up because it's not going to change anything, really. It isn't. The situation is what it is, right? You can't control outside events. You can't. You can't control other people, other people's thoughts, and other people's actions. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And this is where that plays in right here. So I have to ground myself, and the best way to do that when I'm getting all worked up is to stop it is what I'm doing, just take a step away. With social media, like I said, it's easier because you can turn it off. You can walk away from it. If you're in a situation where you just can't, You just need to, you know, stop, take a couple of deep breaths, count in your mind. You know, they say count in your mind. Sometimes they say count from 10 backward, or, you know, just stop and take a deep breath, because you have the power to regulate yourself, believe it or not, your own home, your own core. And so that's why I wanted to come on and do this video about the power of not reacting. All right. I'm still trying to learn it myself. So I don't want to give people control over, you know, ruin my day, or, you know, make me feel bad, make me feel anxiety, have my blood pressure. You know, when you're reacting like that, your body is taking a beating. You know how much your blood pressure is going up? Your blood pressure, your heart is pumping the blood, is taking more work, is taking more effort. So you're hurting yourself physically. You're hurting yourself mentally. So the best way is to just take a step back, take some deep breaths, step away from the situation, meditate, journal, go outside, take a walk, and just step away and just tell yourself, I can't control the outside environment. I can only control the inside right here in my response to it. So that's just a few things that I have learned. I always write. It always helps to write. You don't have to be a poet to write. You can journal. You can talk to someone, get it out by talking to a therapist about your feelings, talk to a good friend, a family member about your feelings. Instead of responding to that person, you can say, you know, I'm really upset what they said. You can talk it out to someone else. These are just some examples I'm giving you that have helped me. I talk it out with my husband. I write. I write a poem about it. So I put it in some tool. Maybe you could paint and do a painting, do a drawing, or sculpture, some artistic outlets to channel all those intense feelings, because we all have intense feelings. We all get triggered, right? People push our buttons, right? But we have to learn how we respond. All right. We have the power of how we respond to it. So let me know your thoughts, your beliefs on this. If you have any ideas about it, I want to hear from you. I encourage you to write. I always appreciate people with their comments, because I can learn from them and they can learn from me, and then we can grow together. All right, till next time, take care of yourself now, okay? Bye-bye.